日本時間6月4日、オリオールズの菅野智之投手は、敵地で行われたマリナーズ戦に先発登板をしました。今季12度目の先発マウンドに臨んだ菅野投手は、2回にローディ・テレズ選手にソロ本塁打を打たれるも、その後は痛打を許さない力投。7回90球を投げ、5安打、1失点、1四球、5奪三振の好投で、今季5勝目を飾りました。この投球に、オリオールズのトニー・マンソリーの監督代行は、トモは今日、信じられないほど素晴らしい投球をした。相手打線は右、左、スイッチヒッターが揃っていて、決して簡単ではなかったのに、いい仕事をしてくれたよ。それが試合の結果を決めたと思う。と、大絶賛のコメントをしました。また、オリオールズ側の現地実況では、7回の菅野投手の投球時に長嶋茂雄氏の訃報を伝えました。ここからは、その様子を見ていきます。
Hopefully the Orioles can keep them cool for 3 games, and it starts tonight with Sagano. Let's take a look at tonight's pitching matchup. For the Birds, Tomoyuki Sagano on the mound, 4-3 with a 3.23 earned run average. 64 innings, opponents are batting just .238 against him. He goes up against George Kirby, who's 0-2 with an 11.42 earned run average. Folks, don't be fooled by that. He's only pitched 8 2/3 innings this year so far. This is at one point one of the better lefties in all the American League. He's trying to whip himself back into shape as he goes tonight against the Birds. In 2 starts, opponents are batting .361 against him. Sagano getting ready for the game tonight against the Mariners, hoping to continue his momentum his last 8 games. He has a very impressive 3.06 earned run average, and even more impressive, look at the whip, under 1. .92, and opponents are just batting .218 against him.
Western Washington Toyota Dealers pitching matchup. Tomoyuki Sagano is going for the Orioles, first-year Orioles starting pitcher. George Kirby, foul, making his 3rd start since coming off the injured list, trying to find a little bit of traction to get things going.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for George so far this season over the 2 starts. And in that last start against the Nationals, he just did not have the command that we are normally used to seeing from George Kirby. Gave up 7 hits, 6 runs. He had 2 walks, and he did it on 78 pitches, but he's going to need to stay away from the middle part of the plate. He made too many of those mistakes against the Nationals, and they made him pay.
On the other end, Sagano, who is going for the Orioles, making his 12 starts. In a lot of ways, he's been the most reliable, most effective Orioles starting pitcher this year.
Yeah, no question about it. He's got an ERA of just 3.23 in his last start against the Cards. Gave up 3 runs over 5 1/3 innings, but he has been the most consistent guy. We mentioned in the opening, it's been the starters for the O's that have put them on this nice little run of a 6-2 stretch over their last 8 games.
A couple of right-handers going at it tonight in the opening game of the series.
Tomoyuki Sagano ready for his 80th pitch of the night as he opens up his 7th inning of work. A good strike on Randy Arozarena.
It's still amazing, you know, early on you go, Jesus, he doesn't have his best stuff. He doesn't have his best command. Here he is in the 7th inning. And as he has in almost every other game, he gets better. And going back to they said he just had this aura about him. Nobody worked harder. He has a self-confidence that he knows what he's going to do, and so when you come over from another country to face better hitters and with a different baseball, you'd go, geez, how can he really do that? But he has. It's just an amazing run.
Numbers get better when he's got more in the tank. Had a check swing on the appeal, went around,
and you're out.
Slap the tag on Arozarena. Strikeout number 4 for Sagano.
See, and again, you give a, you know, if you're Ryan Clemick and you're Drew French and pitching coach and kind of the defensive pitching stuff, you'd say, okay, here's the game plan. Arozarena likes the ball. He's hitting, you know, his OPS with slugging and on-base percentage down and in is 1,000. Stay away. He can do it. You want to, you know, guy's a low ball hitter. Okay, I can throw the 4-seamer up in this. I got a split that usually goes down. Now, Rowdy Tellez, you know, got to hang a curveball. That's the run he gave up tonight.
And the 1-0 is a splitter. First one was called a ball. Second one evens the count.
So, you know, he hits a curveball. It hung. If you're a veteran pitcher, which he is at 35, you go, I just didn't make a good pitch with it.
2 balls and a strike. And Sagano's resume showed that he could pitch. One of the most decorated pitchers in Japanese baseball history, with a resume that he brought over to the Orioles. A little delayed, but man, it is worth the wait. The 35-year-old working another masterpiece. Hit hard towards first. Good backhand by O'Hearn. Boy, he is passing every test in the absence of Ryan Mountcastle.
Well, yeah, and again, Ryan's having a great night. I mean, not only with the bat, but looking like Keith Hernandez. What did Keith win? A 10-11 Gold Gloves or whatever. The home run, ground ball, stays up, smooth.
Hey, speaking of Japanese pitchers and accolades, the face of Japanese baseball passed away today at the age of 89.
Sadaharo?
No, Shigeo Nagashima.
Oh, I pitched against him.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah, he was played third base when we went over there in '71.
And he's like on the Mount Rushmore of Japanese baseball.
He did. Also, he managed Tokyo Giants for years.
A former Giant great at third base, champion. I mean, he is a big deal. This came from Cooperstown earlier today. This is how much of an impact he has in the game across the globe.
17 seasons. 5 MVPs.
Nagashima is such a massive presence. When Tokyo hosted the Olympics, he was one of the torchbearers, along with O and along with Matsui. As the Olympic torch got lit, Nagashima was one of the guys in the stadium. And of course, a Giant, the same team that Sagano pitched for on the Pacific Rim. He's got strikeout number 5 to cap off 7 superb innings for Sagano. The Bucko joins us. Colton Cowser, welcome back to the lineup. I know you are excited as anyone to get back here, be with the teammate, and really let it fly. How did it feel to be back here in your swings at the plate?
Yeah, it felt good to be back. You know, like you said, just to get back with the team. And legs were shaking a little bit the first day. But I don't know. I got to get a little nerves out of the way. But, yeah, a lot of fun being back.
I told him you hit a changeup.
I didn't, though.
Well, I know, but no, that's my point. I told him to get it out of the way.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Well, the timing was there to hit the changeup. How about that? That's where the fastball is supposed to go.
Yeah, well, exactly. And, you know, it's funny, until you hit it, it wasn't that bad a pitch. But how about, you know, you haven't really had a chance to play behind Sagano so much. You know, you're a pretty good defensive outfielder, but he makes it a lot easier to play behind somebody that pitches that efficiently.
Yeah, Tomo was great. Tomo was great tonight. You know, locating to both sides of the plate. Multiple, you know, off-speed pitches with the heater. You know, he was a horse for us today, and you know, ate up some innings and was able to keep us in it for as long as he did, and offense was able to scrap a couple more through.
Putting us right now is the Hall of Famer, Jim Palmer. Jim, what a tremendous game, a gem by Sagano, and he had the strikeout going tonight as well.
Well, you know, he can get strikeouts when he really needs them, and usually it's on the splitter. But again, he can mix up his pitches. It seems like he can get in trouble. You know, in the 6th inning, they had back-to-back singles. I think he had a 2-1 lead at the time. Gets a double play ball. So he can get you out so many different ways, and those numbers actually tell you that. So again, I mean, the key is Cal Raleigh came in with 23 home runs. He didn't hit any home runs. Only one pitch. And that was a high curveball to Tellez, who hit it down the right field line. So again, the ability just to make his pitches. You can't ever really sit on one pitch. So, you know, I mean, earlier we used to always say, you got to throw the unexpected.
Right. That's what he did tonight.
Sagano can throw it, well, and he does. And, you know, again, we talked about that today. 4 of his former teammates that went over and played with him in Japan, Americans said, listen, probably should have come over here 4 or 5 years ago, but he waits till he's 35 years old. And he's not, I mean, I don't know if there's anything to identify you're 35, but he's not pitching like he's 35. He's pitching like he's been in the major leagues or the American League for a long, long time.
Tony, you feel like, first of all, overall, this might have been one of the better games you guys have played?
Yeah, we played great, you know, and it starts with the starting pitching, which we've seen here over the last couple weeks. I feel like it's been really strong. I feel like going back here the last 4 or 5 games, we've had several guys get into the 7th or through the 7th, it feels like. Tomo was incredible today, set the tone for us. That's not an easy lineup to navigate right there with the right, the left, the switches, the power, the slug, the bat to ball. he did a great job. And that's for me, that's the big difference in the game.
Do you realize just by his overall consistency outing to outing this year and how he seems to always pitch well?
I mean, he's done it all year. I don't know if we knew what to expect, but this guy's an MVP in Japan. He's a Cy Young Award winner in Japan. He's been incredible there. So I think now as we kind of see it here, it makes sense. It's not the normal 95 to 98 that you see from some of these guys. It's just outstanding command. It's a split. It's 5 or 6 pitches. It's absolutely zero fear. It's a really calm heart. Nothing speeds up on the guy. It kind of makes sense seeing it.
2 on, no outs. There's Raleigh and Rodriguez up. How impressive that he was able to get out of it the way he did.
Sugano?
Yeah.
I mean, again, he's done it all year. I mean, nothing speeds up on this guy. When he came in the dugout after the 7th inning, it looked like he had come in after the 1st inning. It looked like he'd just thrown a bullpen in left field. I mean, it's the same mentality. It's the same heartbeat, whether it's the 1st inning or that part of the lineup in a big part of the game.
The Orioles are 8-8 in the Mansolino era. I mean, is it as simple as starting pitching, or is there more?
It helps. I mean, it helps a lot. It's hard to win in this game without starting pitching, so you got to give those starters a ton of credit. You got to give our pitching group, Frenchie, Klimek, Plasmeyer, Anders, all those guys, you got to give those guys a ton of credit. It's something that didn't go so well at the beginning of the year, but they kept working at it, and we're kind of getting the fruits of that labor right now.
First of all, are you noticing anything different with this club now? It just seems to have picked up some momentum.
結構いい感じで投げれてるように見えるんですけど、何か変わったことってありますか？
特に変えたところはないですけど、今日はすごくピッチングフォームもメカニックだったりとかそういうところもしっくりがっつりはまったと思います。
I didn't really change anything, but today in particular, mechanics, physically, everything, went together.
I just mean this. I'm sorry. I just mean the team itself seems to be playing a lot better. Do you sense that things are turning around here?
チーム全体として結構いい感じになっていけるかなっていうふうに感じるんですけど、菅野さん的にもなんかそういうふうに感じることはありますか？
そうですね。やっぱり雰囲気もいいですし、今日カウザーも帰ってきて、今日こういう形で勝ってたっていうのは本当にチームにとっても大きいと思います。
Yeah, like the atmosphere is, it's gotten better. Kowser's back, and I'm glad we got the win this way.
Tomo, is there any added meaning to you pitching in a park where Ichiro was such a star for many years?
イチローさんが長いこと、ここでプレーしてたっていう球場で、投げれたっていうことに対して何か意味はありますか？
そうですね。やっぱり楽しみにここで投げるの楽しみにしてましたし、本当に日本のもう伝説の選手なので、はい、そういう球場でいいピッチングができて本当に嬉しいです。
I was really excited to pitch here, and obviously Ichiro is like a legendary player in Japan, so I'm really happy that I was able to produce this kind of outcome.
Did you feel like you got into a rhythm after that home run, and how strong did you still feel in the later innings of the start?
ホームランの後、また結構いい感じのリズムに取り戻すことができたと思うんですけど、そこら辺どういうふうに感じてますか？
僕の中ではソロホームランはしょうがないと思っているので、あそこはもう、僕の完全失投なので、はい、切り替えやすかったです。
Yeah, the solo home runs are okay for me. It was a pitch that kind of went up, so yeah, but I was able to change things up and pitch well from there.
9 ground ball outs for you in this game. Do you take a greater sense of pride when you're able to produce outs that way and how your kind of repertoire works?
今日9つのゴロアウトだったんですけど、やっぱりそういう風な感じでリズムに乗れたっていうのもやっぱりでも自分の投球ができていたっていう風には感じてますか？
そうですね。ソロホームランからやっぱり球を低めに集めなきゃいけないなっていう風に思ったので、うまくそこから修正できたと思います。
Yeah, especially after that solo, I wanted to go down in the zone, so I think I was able to make adjustments from there.
いかがでしたでしょうか？このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。